What a speed Ducati had acquired in MotoGP. It was a worthwhile scenery. Almost every eye was on it. Were you also one of those who was looking at this wonderful miracle? Then you would surely have imagined, how does acquire that speed? If yes, then here is the answer. Hola people, welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to talk about the amazing power speed of Ducati in MotoGP. So stick with the video and watch it till the end to know everything about it. Let's begin. Apart from the 3-day shakedown for test riders and rookies, this was the first MotoGP race since the 2-day end-of-season test at Jerez in November 2021. The introduction of standard electronics for the whole grid in 2016 aimed to level the playing field, as well as a freeze on engine development for non-concession manufacturers, led firms to look for new ways to gain a competitive advantage. Ducati has traditionally led the trend in recent years, beginning with the introduction of its aerodynamic winglets in 2015, which quickly became widely imitated before being forbidden at the end of 2016 to limit costs from spiraling out of control. However, this merely led to teams developing the aerodynamic fairings we see today. However, once again, rulemakers intervened and avoided a massive expenditure war on unending aero development by restricting Marquez to one aero fairing modification per year. Then, in 2018, Ducati introduced the whole-shot device to MotoGP, a mechanism that allows a rider to manually lower the rear of their bike, since electronic riding height adjustment is prohibited. The concept was to lower the center of gravity of a bike, preventing the front from lifting when accelerating, basically the same theory as aero fairings. This was refined by Ducati into a ride height mechanism that could be actuated when leaving turns and provided the same advantage. Simply put, by lowering the bike with the ride height device in conjunction with the downforce from the fairings, less electrical intervention such as anti-wheelie is required, resulting in a higher peak speed on straights. Over the previous 2 seasons, the rest of the grid gradually caught up and built their own systems, with the front whole-shot gadget being added to the mix for the start. The front mechanism operated similarly to how it works on a supercross bike, with the rider forcing the front forks into a catch that would release when braking power is applied at the first bend. The rear ride height mechanism is also disabled while braking, similar to a Formula 1 car's drag reduction system. Ducati was photographed testing a new mechanically driven front ride height mechanism during the Sepang shakedown. However, it has now been revealed that the Italian manufacturer has already gone this a step further by creating a mechanism that allows the front and rear to be lowered while on a lap. Premac's Johan Zarco, who has been tight-lipped about the situation, admitted, "Yes, we're still working on it to get it right. It takes some time." The concept behind this improvement is straightforward again. Ducati is seeking even higher top speed. It already features the most powerful engine on the grid, which Ducati general manager Gigi Dall'Igna recently stated had been enhanced, with Francesco Bagnaia recording a peak speed of 336.4 km per hour at Sepang, second only to Honda's Marc Marquez's 337.5 km per hour. Maverick Vinales of Aprilia equaled this pace, albeit it's unclear whether he set it on his own. Remove this from the equation, and the next quickest bike in Sepang was Alex Espargaro on the sister Aprilia, who was doing 333.3 km per hour. It remains to be seen if Ducati's new technology has been perfected enough to compete, although it is possible that it has already debuted in a Grand Prix without anybody knowing. Its first whole-shot gadget debuted on Jack Miller's Premac Ducati at the Thailand GP in 2018, and Miller also debuted the rear riding height device on his Premac bike in races in 2019. Moving ahead, this is anticipated to be the most recent technological battlefield to be fought on in 2022. This was all about this video. Let us know in the comment what you all think about this video. Like it and share it with your friends if you like the information. Also, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our latest videos. Thanks for watching.